Nose, throat, and accessory organs not adversely affected by smoking Chesterfields. First such report ever published about any cigarette, and it applies only to Chesterfield.
A responsible consulting organization reports this study by a competent medical specialist and his staff on the effects of smoking Chesterfields. A group of people smoked only Chesterfields for 6 months in their normal amount, 10 to 40 a day. 45% of the group have smoked Chesterfields from 1 to 30 years for an average of 10 years each. At the beginning and end of the 6 months period, each smoker was given a thorough examination, including x-rays. The examination covered the sinuses, nose, ears, and throat. After a thorough examination of every member of the group, the medical specialist stated, "It is my opinion that the ears, nose, throat, and accessory organs of all participating subjects examined by me were not adversely affected in the 6 months period by smoking the cigarettes provided." Remember this report and buy Chesterfields, regular or king size. Premium quality Chesterfield, much milder.
Friends, as you know, on Dragnet, we've always tried to emphasize the importance of facts. And when we talk to you about Chesterfield, we give you the facts. You heard the report George Fenneman read earlier. Nose, throat, and accessory organs not adversely affected by smoking Chesterfields. Now, that's the first such report ever published about any cigarette. Remember that report and make Chesterfield your cigarette. Get them, regular or king size. Chesterfield, the best possible smoke. Much milder. Road maps, reservations, travel folders. There's lots to remember when you're planning a weekend or a vacation trip. Now, remembering Chesterfields is easy for me, and I hope it is for you, too. You can't beat them for taste and mildness. A really refreshing smoke every time. Take along plenty, will you? Regular or king-size Chesterfields. They satisfy.
What a pair. What a buy. Chesterfield king size at the new low price. Chesterfield regular. And what a pair this is. Hollywood starlets Jean and Joan Corbett. It's easy to see why we picked them for Chesterfield's poster of the month. Let's see what size Chesterfield Jean likes.
I go for regulars. They're best for me because they have the taste and mildness I want. I agree with what Jean says about Chesterfields, except for the size. I've smoked king-size Chesterfields ever since they came out.
Buy a carton at the new low price. Chesterfield king size. Chesterfield regular. They satisfy millions. They're best for you.
Well, now then, if we can have a few words about my Winston cigarettes, or a couple of hundred words, to be absolutely truthful with you. It seems to me that nothing... Anybody got a match? Seems to me that nothing impresses the American public as much as... Here you are. Thank you. As much as success, which... I suppose is as it should be, because that is what this country was built on after all, and that being so, you just must be impressed with the success of Winston cigarettes, because their success story has never been equaled in the history of the American tobacco industry. Now, the story is simply this. Winston first hit the market only 2 years ago, and in that unbelievably short time, it has now become the best-selling filter cigarette in America, the #1 choice. And the reason for it is a very basic one. It's simply this. That Winstons are the best tasting filter cigarette. And that's all there is to it. In other words, it is just plain more fun to smoke Winstons. Now, you try them and you will find, as millions of us have found, that Winstons taste good like a cigarette should. Now, that's my word on the subject. I want to also impress upon you that Winstons are smoked by people in all walks of life. We have with us tonight, as a matter of fact, who has come down here to give us her testimonial for Winstons, and I want us to give her a very warm welcome, none other than Lady Astor. Hello. This is Lady Astor here in the middle. Those of you who saw Tea House of the August Moon will recognize her as one of the stars of that show. With her is her young master, Mr. Mitchell Chee. Now, let's see. Lady Astor, would you like to have one of my... No, not yet. Let's take the bucket over there, Mitchell. Lady Astor, would you like to have one of my cigarettes? Come on. Have another. Now, I have found that So anytime I eat a Winston cigarette, the taste is wonderful, but it makes me terribly thirsty. So I know you must be thirsty. Mitchell, you want to hold the helmet out for Lady Astor? There you go, Lady Astor. Here, let me hold it. Mitch, just put it down. Okay. Once more. Get the freewheeling tongue action. That means Winston tastes good, like a cigarette should. Thank you very much.
What cigarette do you smoke? You'll be interested to know how the doctors of America answered that question. Tens of thousands of doctors in all parts of the country, in every state of the Union. Doctors in every branch of medicine were asked,
What cigarette do you smoke, doctor?
in this nationwide survey of general practitioners, surgeons, throat specialists, diagnosticians, and so on, the brand named most was Camel.
Yes, according to this survey, more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette. Try Camels yourself. Make the one sensible cigarette test. Make your own 30-day Camel mildness test in your T-zone. Smoke only Camels for 30 days. Enjoy Camel's rich, full flavor. And see how well Camels agree with your throat. Pack after pack, week after week. See for yourself why Camels are so popular with the doctors of America.
Go, 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 go. Go to your dealer, hurry, run. Ask him for the milder one. Milder with a better taste and no unpleasant aftertaste. Sound off for Chesterfield. Sound off for Chesterfield. Milder, so much milder, milder Chesterfield. That's right.
Here they are, king-size Chesterfields, America's first premium quality king-size cigarette. King-size Chesterfields contain tobaccos of better quality and of higher price than any other king-size cigarette. So you king-size smokers, try 'em today. Either way you like 'em, regular or king-size, Chesterfield gives you the best possible smoke.
If you had it all to do over again, what business would you like to be in? Well, I imagine high on your list would be owning a sporting goods store. Whether you're 6 or 60 or someplace in between, they attract sports lovers of all ages like a magnet. But the owner of this store seems particularly well suited to his business. And that he is. He's Pete Runnels, Boston Red Sox, winner of the 1960 American League Batting Championship. Like so many great athletes, Pete Runnels is a Camel smoker. He says he's tried many other brands through the years, but they all taste flat compared to Camel's. How about the cigarette you're smoking? Do they give you all the taste, all the satisfaction you want, or are you smoking more these days, but enjoying it less? Then change to Camel's. The Camel blend of costly tobaccos has never been equaled for the satisfaction you want every time you light up. No question about it, the best tobacco makes the best smoke. Have a real cigarette. Have a Camel.
The breezes of springtime blow gently, so soft, so cool, so fresh, like the soft, refreshing smoke of a Salem cigarette. Menthol fresh, rich tobacco taste. Modern filter too, that's Salem, the cigarette that air softens every puff. Yes, Salem is springtime fresh because invisible porous openings in its special high porosity paper air softens every puff. Breathe in fresh air every time you smoke. When you take a puff, it's springtime because Salem air softens every puff. And fine, full-flavored tobaccos make Salem wonderfully rich to taste. Smoke refreshed, pack after pack. Smoke Salem. More delightfully than ever, Salem refreshes your taste.
Over, under, around, and through. Pell-mell travels pleasure to you. Pell-mell's natural mildness is friendly to your taste. Yes, Pall-Mal's natural mildness is so friendly to your taste.
See for yourself. Pall-Mal's famous length travels the smoke naturally, over, under, around, and through the finest tobaccos money can buy, and makes it mild. Makes it mild, but does not filter out that satisfying flavor.
Over, under, around, and through. Pall-Mal travels pleasure to you. Pall-Mal's natural mildness is so friendly to your taste.
Buy Pall-Mal famous cigarettes. Outstanding.
And they are mild.
Newport filter cigarettes. Newport filter cigarettes.
Where the waters are crystal clear, where the gentle waves gurgle between the dark rocks, here is a place that speaks of refreshment, Newport's kind of refreshment. Do you get a clean, fresh taste every time you light up? You do if your cigarette is Newport, because Newport refreshes while you smoke. Not too heavy in menthol, not too light in true tobacco flavor. Only Newport adds a refreshing hint of mint to the soothing coolness of menthol in a blend of the world's finest tobaccos. No wonder
It's so refreshing while you're smoking Newport filter cigarettes. Newport.
Winston tastes good because in a modern filter cigarette, it's what's up front that counts.
It's what's up front that counts.
If it hasn't got it there,
If it hasn't got it there,
if it hasn't got it there, it hasn't got it.
Winston's got it because Winston has Filter Blend. Fine tobacco selected for filter smoking.
Yes, Winston's got it there.
up front,
Winston's got it there.
up front.
The filter blend puts it there, puts it there.
So Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. Winston tastes good like a cigarette should.
Swift destroyer spots a sub below. Gun crew scrambles, let the rockets go. Where they're hunting submarines, you'll find a man stops and takes big pleasure when and where he can.
Chesterfield. Nothing satisfies like the big, clean taste of top tobacco in Chesterfield King. The farther smoke travels, the milder it tastes. The farther smoke travels, the cooler it tastes. The farther smoke travels, the smoother it tastes. And today, only Chesterfield. Air softens the big, clean taste of top tobacco end to end with new top porosity paper. No wonder nothing satisfies like Chesterfield King. Chesterfield! They satisfy.
Hi, I'm Richard Carlson. How would you like this pedigreed St. Bernard pup free? He's one of hundreds of gifts you get from Alpine cigarettes. With the new dividend coupons now on every pack of Alpines. Practical gifts like this Toastmaster toaster or this GE electric knife. Different gifts like these high-style wigs. All free with dividend coupons. Family gifts like a Motorola TV. Even an imported Swiss music box. See hundreds more in Alpine's catalog. Get your free copy. The address is right on the dividend coupon. Hey, good idea. Buy Alpine by the carton and get 4 extra coupons. It's the same fine quality, the same fresh taste. There's something more to smoking with an Alpine. Now more than ever.
Why is Lark America's most popular new cigarette? Because smokers everywhere are discovering there's nothing like a Lark. Listen.
Lark tops any cigarette I've ever had.
But I think Lark has a particularly good flavor.
I smoke Lark because I enjoy the flavor.
I've tried others, but I still always keep coming back to Lark.
There is nothing like a Lark for me.
There is nothing like a Lark. Only Lark's filter has 2 outer sections, plus an inner chamber of charcoal granules. That's why Lark tastes richly rewarding, uncommonly smooth.
I think that a Lark is one of the mildest, most flavorful cigarettes that I've found.
I'm really sold on Larks. For me, there's nothing like a Lark.
It happens to be a taste I enjoy.
For me, there's nothing like a Lark. I find it's the greatest.
It's smokers like these who are making Lark America's most popular new cigarette. Try Lark, and you'll discover there's nothing like a Lark.
Oasis takes you away.
Welcome to sunny California.
Oasis, fresh as a sunlit day. Oasis, cool as a sparkling spray. Oasis takes you away.
Away from the everyday in smoking to new freshness, rich tobacco, slightly cooled with menthol mist. New flavor, easy going, gentled by a superfine white filter. Delightfully different, a refreshing change.
Oasis, fresh as a tropic flower. Oasis, cool as a shady bower. Oasis, take you away.
Delightfully different, a refreshing change. Try Oasis.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of America's greatest football coaches, Lou Little.
It's not surprising, you know, for a football coach to enjoy a cigarette for relaxation, just as you do, and particularly after a hard game or a tough practice session. Now, I've smoked Luckies for a great many years because I like the way they taste, and it's all a matter of taste, just as the football that you enjoy watching. As a football coach, I like the offensive game in which great deception, speed, and power, and a great deal of pressure put on that defensive lineup. Wait a minute now. We were talking about Luckies. Again, I want to say they appeal to me because I like that taste. And again, it's all a matter of taste.
We hope that, like Lou Little, you're a Lucky smoker. If not, we're confident you will be once you've tried Luckies. You see, smoking enjoyment is all a matter of taste. And the fact of the matter is, Luckies taste better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. There are 2 reasons. First, LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. And then Luckies are actually made better. So be happy, go Lucky. See for yourself that Luckies taste better.
Switch from Hots to Snow Fresh Filter.
Cool. Cool, snow fresh, cool, taste so clean, so refreshing, so cool.
As cool and as clean as a breath of fresh air. That's Snow Fresh Filter Cool.
So cool.
Your mouth feels clean, your throat refreshed. The finest leaf tobacco, mild, refreshing menthol, and the world's most thoroughly tested filter. That's Snow Fresh Filter Cool. Why don't you switch from Hots to the Snow Fresh coolness of cool? As cool and as clean as a breath of fresh air. America's most refreshing cigarette. Snow Fresh Filter Cool.
You leave Miami, first stop, Nassau. And then maybe an island that hasn't got a name yet. You light up a Viceroy.
Viceroy's got the taste that's right any time of the day.
The sun above, sea ahead. Now, time for a Viceroy. And it still delivers that good taste.
Viceroy's got the taste that's right any time of the day.
Viceroy is the filter cigarette blended with natural flavor fresheners to enrich and improve true tobacco taste. That's why Viceroy tastes rich, good, anytime. Nassau, good trip.
and Viceroy still tastes good.
Viceroy's got the taste that's right, right any time of the day.
I say, you two, here's an interesting thing I've just been reading. Have you seen this?
What?
According to the latest published reports, Camels are first in sales. They now lead the second-place brand by 50 8/10%. What do you think about that?
Really, Dobby, what do you expect?
Of course, old boy. Year after year, Camel's lead increases. And this time, Camel has achieved the greatest lead in cigarette history.
It really does make sense for people to prefer Camels. They're blended for mildness and flavor that you don't find in any other cigarette. Try Camels for 30 days, won't you? I think you'll agree, they're for you.
If you prefer a long cigarette, try Cavaliers, the great new king-size cigarette made by the makers of Camels. King-size Cavaliers give you mildness where it really counts, in the feel of the smoke. So inhale, feel that light extra mildness in the smoke of a Cavalier. Cavaliers are king-size, yet priced no higher than leading regular-size brands. So try Cavaliers. Feel that mildness. Taste that flavor. That's a Cavalier.
Hi, Nick Adams. You light up your cigarette? Here's mine. If yours isn't an L&M, bet your mine tastes better. Reach for L&M.
I have news, really exciting news for every cigarette smoker. Now we present Dunhill King Size cigarettes with cork tips. Cork tips to protect your lips. Yes, now, cork tip Dunhills with all the same dramatic smoking advantages of its great partner, Dunhill King Size with plain ends. For whether you choose the cork tips or plain ends, you get in Dunhill King Size the cigarette that screams out irritants, but never screams out flavor. The one cigarette that gives you a refreshing new experience in more delightful smoking. For whether you choose the cork tips or plain ends, Dunhill King Size cigarettes cost no more, not 1 penny more than ordinary size cigarettes. So try a pack of Dunhill King Size cigarettes today, cork tip or plain end.
Come on, let's have a cup of coffee.
Good idea, Jack.
How about that? I'm out of cigarettes.
Okay. I get the message.
Thanks. Raleigh's. I'm smoking Raleigh's, too.
Yeah, mine.
Yeah, yours. But I was smoking yours. It sold me on Raleigh's. I like the taste.
It's a real tobacco taste.
Thanks. The coupon's worth saving?
Well, we got a coffee urn just like this one. Free for Raleigh coupons.
Raleigh coupons, good for free gifts. And now you get Raleigh coupons with a menthol cigarette. Bel Air. Only Bel Air has a refreshing light touch. Just the right touch of menthol. And a white Bel Air filter. Get famous Raleigh coupons on light menthol Bel Air and on Raleigh, filter tip or plain end.
Hi there. Break something?
Time.
It's made by a cliff dweller about 600 years ago.
Are you archaeologists?
50 weeks a year, I'm a milkman. And the other two, well, my wife and I come up here for vacations.
Isn't archaeology a rather unusual interest?
Maybe. But it seems to me digging into the past helps us understand the present.
Well, another man who thinks for himself. What's your smoke?
Viceroy. I've tried all the others, but they haven't matched Viceroy's filter yet.
I see. A thinking man's filter. And a smoking man's taste? Recommend Viceroy's?
That's why I changed.
It seems like most people try them like them.
The man who thinks for himself usually smokes Viceroy for the best of reasons. Viceroy has a thinking man's filter, a smoking man's taste.
Ha! Catch a woman with a bunch of flowers? Ridiculous.
They said it couldn't be done. They said nobody could do it. But L&M is low in tar with more taste to it.
And they said this couldn't be done. They said you'd never get the real taste of fine, natural tobacco through a filter that brings you smoke truly low in tar. But L&M did it with the modern filter. The famous free-drawing miracle tip. So advanced that L&M can use the light, mild, premium quality tobaccos you've got to have for full, rich tobacco taste. That's the big reason why L&M is truly kindest to your taste.
L&M is low in tar with more taste to it. Don't settle for one without the other. L&M.
Drop everything. A Camel filter cigarette.
Drop everything. New Camel filters are here. Real taste just came to filter cigarettes. Pick up new Camel filter cigarettes.
They're here. New Camel filter cigarettes. Sure, you expect more flavor from a Camel, and that's what you get in this new kind of Camel. Rich, real flavor. So drop everything.
Pick up new Camel filter cigarettes.
Julie London sings the Marlboro song.
Why don't you settle back and have a full-flavored smoke? Settle back with a Marlboro. Make yourself comfortable whenever you smoke. Have a Marlboro cigarette. You get a lot to like with a Marlboro filter, flavor, pack or box.
Who are Chesterfield people? They're people like Lloyd Van Voorse, who heads carpentry at new home sites in California, and insurance evaluator Patrick Philbin. Chesterfield people are people like Floyd Cummins, a commercial fisherman in Washington, and Marion Brand, a cruise ship hostess, and Henry Silver, a retail druggist in Pennsylvania. Chesterfield people are people who like a mild smoke, but just don't like filters. How about you? Today's Chesterfield King is made from vintage tobaccos, grown mild, aged mild, blended mild. And the longer length of the King makes it taste even milder. So if you like a mild smoke, but you don't like filters, join the Chesterfield people. Get today's Chesterfield King. Tastes great, tastes mild.
Lark?
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 Lark.
Lark? Lark?
Lark. Lark?
Lark? Lark?
Tastes are changing. People are looking for new flavor in smoking now. They're looking for smoking enjoyment. They're looking for smoothness. They find both in Lark, because only Lark's filter has 2 outer sections plus an inner chamber of charcoal granules. There is nothing like a Lark. If you're looking for a cigarette that's richly rewarding, uncommonly smooth, try Lark. There is nothing like a Lark.
Howdy, Bob. Ready to pick up that blue ribbon?
Oh, I'm not too sure. How does he look to you?
Well, I've seen a lot of good stock here. I think he's the winner.
Hope you're right. Tell you, this cigarette's no winner.
How's that?
No taste to it.
Well, here. Try these.
Cool. Okay.
Come up to the cool taste, the coolest taste in any cigarette. Get Cool's white filter, rich tobaccos too. Taste extra coolness, let Cool's come through for you.
Yeah, I sure like the looks of this animal.
Yeah, I sure like the taste of this cigarette.
Come up to the cool taste, the taste to stay with every time you smoke.
Oh, it's hot in here. Let's get some air.
I'm with you.
Heavenly.
Sure is. Cigarette?
Oh, I don't know. They all taste sort of flat about now.
Oh? Then it's time you changed to Cool.
Your cigarette's not tasting cool enough till you come up to Cool. Cool's menthol magic brightens taste, refreshing all day through.
Feel extra coolness in your throat as Cool comes through for you.
Cool enough?
Perfect.
You're not smoking cool, cool, cool enough till you come up to Cool.
Come all the way up to Cool. Cool Filter Kings with the pure white filter. Only Cool guarantees you the extra coolness you'll feel in your throat.
Bel Air, Bel Air, Bel Air.
Taste the light touch, just the right touch
Taste the light touch, just the right touch
of menthol in Bel Air filter cigarettes.
Taste the freshness in Bel Air, a freshness you've never tasted before in a menthol cigarette.
Taste a light touch of menthol
Just the right touch.
with a white filter.
Bel Air, Bel Air, Bel Air.
Remember, with Bel Air, you get the same famous coupons you find on Raleigh cigarettes.
Cigarette? Oh, thanks. Raleigh. Thought they had coupons. Oh, they do. Don't see any. You give mine to Frank up in the law department.
Hey, they have a real tobacco taste.
Sure do. That's why I smoke them.
Get valuable Raleigh coupons on Raleigh, filter tip, plain end, and on light menthol Bel Air.
Hey, where are you headed?
Philharmonic Auditorium. They have a new conductor that has really impressed me.
Oh, I've always been interested in watching musical conductors.
Me too.
You know, an orchestra just doesn't seem to have it unless the right man is conducting up front where it counts.
That's true.
Of course, the same is true for cigarettes. It's what's up front that counts. Now you take this Winston. It has tobacco specially processed for filter smoking in what they call filter blend.
Wonderful flavor.
You bet. Winston proves that for smoking enjoyment, if a cigarette hasn't got it here, it hasn't got it.
I agree.
Say, we can enjoy these Winstons at the concert tonight,
I'm not going to the concert.
I thought you said you were interested in the musical conductor.
I am. I'm meeting him after the concert.
Oh. Well, in that case, you can explain to him why Winston's taste good like a cigarette should.
I sure will. Bye.
Bye, music lover.
Remember this. You can smoke for pleasure today. No cigarette hangover tomorrow. That is the big advantage you enjoy in Philip Morris. Remember, Philip Morris is made differently from any other leading brand. And that difference is your guarantee of everything you've ever wanted in a cigarette. Tasty mildness, rich flavor, pleasant aroma, a clean, refreshing smoke, and no cigarette hangover. Yes, you'll be glad tomorrow you smoked Philip Morris today.
Right, come on, hit the ball. Come on, hit the ball. Sorry. Oh, you never could hit a curveball.
Hey, what happened? Did you get hung up in traffic?
There it goes, a home run. Taking this test.
A driving test?
No, a smoking test.
What for? You know how to smoke.
They're testing this cigarette. Capri. It's one of those long ones. It's menthol, but not too much menthol. Here.
Oh, I don't smoke menthol cigarettes.
But okay. In tests all over the country, thousands of menthol smokers preferred Capri filter longs more than 2 to 1 over their present brand.
You're right, Charlie. I like them.
And 7 out of 10 occasional menthol smokers preferred Capri. Capri filter longs. Menthol, but with a soft, fresh taste.
Great taste was born the day they made this famous Lucky Blend. And it's a fact, each Lucky's packed with fine tobacco, end-to-end taste, fine tobacco at its best. Smoke a Lucky Strike. Smoke a Lucky Strike.
Why don't you settle back and have a full-flavored smoke? Settle back with a Marlboro, the filter cigarette with the unfiltered taste. Have a Marlboro cigarette.
It takes mighty good makings to give you unfiltered taste in a filter cigarette. And that's the flavor you get through Marlboro's pure white Selectrate filter.
You get a lot to like with a Marlboro filter.
Flavor.
Pack or box.
Newport smokes fresher, Newport smokes fresher, Newport smokes fresher than any other menthol cigarette.
What's so special about Newport filter cigarettes? Everything. Newport puts together more fresh smoking ideas than any other cigarette ever invented. A fine white filter for smoothness. Menthol and mint for freshness. Great tasting tobaccos for sheer smoking pleasure. Try Newport and you'll agree. Newport smokes fresher than any other menthol cigarette.
Newport smokes fresher than any other menthol cigarette.
'Twas the night before Christmas. Poor Pat was in a plight, shopping for presents, till she saw the light.
Give camels, of course. Pure pleasure, so rare.
So Pat puts them in stockings with great loving care. Wonderful mildness hangs on the tree. Rich-tasting flavor at dinner there'll be. Pat's friends come from far and also from near.
For mildness and flavor, more good camel cheer.
Yes, for more good cheer, for more pure pleasure, give Camels for Christmas. No other cigarette is so rich-tasting, yet so mild as Camel, because no other cigarette can match Camel's secret blend of costly tobaccos. For flavor and mildness, Camels agree with more people than any other cigarette.
Yes, for more pure pleasure, give camels for Christmas. Write your own greeting right on the carton. Ask for camels in the bright new Christmas carton.
Finn Gerhold is a chef in Utah. Joan Lakehow makes dress patterns. Fillmore Hardy is an industrial designer. What do they have in common? They like a mild smoke, but they just don't like filters. That's why they're Chesterfield people. The tobaccos in Chesterfield King are grown mild, aged mild, blended mild. So if you like a mild smoke, but you don't like filters, join the Chesterfield people. Get Chesterfield King.
Last year, only 2 members of the band at Anton smoked L&Ms. Irving on piano and Charlie on sax. Now Sam the bass player's come over. When you've got today's best taste in smoking, people find out.
Come on over to the L&M side. Come on over for the taste of it. Come on over, you'll be glad you did. Come on over to the L&M side.
What makes L&M today's best taste in smoking? Maybe it's the rich flavor leaf. Maybe it's the full-bodied blend. Why not ask an L&M smoker? He's found out.
Come on over, you'll be glad you did. Come on over to the L&M side.
Beautiful drive, huh?
Yeah.
How come you smoke Chesterfield King?
How come? That's funny. Yesterday, a lady came in the shop, and I happened to ask her why she smoked Chesterfield Kings. Wow, she made a whole speech about them. But when she said nobody's got the taste of a Chesterfield King, I tried one. She was right. What taste? So I ran out and bought a carton.
Why do Chesterfield people like the taste of their cigarettes so much? Don't ask.
Nobody's got the taste of a Chesterfield King.
Last year, only 2 crew members on Jolie Madame smoked L&Ms. This year, Tom and Jack came over. When you've got today's best taste in smoking, people find out.
Come on over to the L&M side. Come on over for the taste of it. Come on over, you'll be glad you did. Come on over to the L&M side.
When you've got today's best taste in smoking, people find out.
Smoke for pleasure today with no cigarette hangover tomorrow. That's the big advantage you enjoy in Philip Morris. And here's why Philip Morris gives you this important smoking advantage. Philip Morris is made differently from any other leading brand. Yes, made by an exclusive method of manufacture to give you tasty mildness, rich flavor, pleasant aroma, a clean, refreshing smoke, and no cigarette hangover. Yes, that difference is your guarantee of everything you've ever wanted in a cigarette. That's why, with Philip Morris, you can smoke for pleasure today with no cigarette hangover tomorrow. So, protect yourself against that stale tobacco taste in your mouth. Protect yourself against that tight, dry, smoked-out feeling in your throat. Remember, you can enjoy Philip Morris all day long with a comforting assurance that when you wake up in the morning, your throat will feel clean and comfortable. No wonder Philip Morris has gained more than 2 million new smokers in the past 5 years. So why don't you, too, join the millions who call for Philip Morris? Smoke for pleasure today with no cigarette hangover tomorrow.
Call for Philip Morris.
You'll be glad tomorrow you smoked Philip Morris today.
And now for the proof that Chesterfields leave no unpleasant aftertaste. Well, that proof is found in a report made by this group of men and women who make up the country's first and only cigarette taste panel. Now, here's a report. Let me read it to you. It says, Chesterfield is the only cigarette in which members of the panel found no unpleasant aftertaste. Now, look, why don't you check up on that for yourself? Tell you what to do. Tomorrow, do a normal amount of smoking, but smoke only Chesterfields. See if you don't agree at the end of the day that Chesterfields leave no unpleasant aftertaste.
You know, he's right.
Why don't you settle back and have a full-flavored smoke? Settle back with a Marlboro. Make yourself comfortable whenever you smoke. Have a Marlboro cigarette.
This is the combination, Marlboro's famous Richmond recipe of ripe golden tobaccos and the exclusive Selectrate filter. Marlboro, plenty rich, yet plenty mild.
You get a lot to like with a Marlboro filter. Flavor, pack or box.
Why don't you try Marlboro, the filter cigarette with the unfiltered taste?
Flavor, rich, rewarding flavor made a Lark smoker out of this man. But it was the back of the pack that got him to try Lark in the first place. Lark is unique in cigarette filtration. Only in the Keith filter do you find 2 modern outer filters plus an inner filter of charcoal granules. Science uses charcoal granules to purify water you drink and to purify air you breathe. Lark's granules are not only activated, but fortified a special way. This selective filtration smooths the taste, but doesn't thin out the rich tobacco flavor. On the back of new Lark's pack, this man found good reason to try Lark. But it took rich, rewarding flavor to make a Lark smoker out of him. You too will find Lark, richly rewarding yet uncommonly smooth.
21 great tobaccos make 20 wonderful smokes. Make your pleasure true, pleasure long, pleasure filter free. Chesterfield, get the king. Chesterfield, king's the thing. If you smoke for pleasure, get 20 wonderful smokes. Don't just smoke from habit, get 20 wonderful smokes. Chesterfield, get the king. Chesterfield, king's the thing. 21 great tobaccos make 20 wonderful smokes. 21 great tobaccos make 20 wonderful smokes. They're blended, mild, not filtered, mild, your pleasure's filter free. 21 great tobaccos make 20 wonderful smokes.
Chesterfield, they satisfy.
Get away from harsh, rough-tasting cigarettes and treat your taste kindly with Kent. Yes, kindly. What a wonderful difference that makes. Kent, with the new micronite filter, refines away harsh flavor, refines away rough taste for the mildest taste of all.
Treat your taste kindly with Kent Smoke Kent, the micronite filter cigarette.
Up at dawn, down to the pier. Down to lure the wily bass, brimming full of confidence, and as in the seasons past, the customary perfect cast. What better time for a temper-soothing smoke? A Robert Burns cigarillo. This streamlined little smoke is the best-selling cigarillo made. A prize catch for any smoker, because Robert Burns cigarillos combine the mildness of a cigarette with the mellow satisfaction of a fine cigar. You get the best of both rolled into one. Ah, it's a trim, streamlined smoke made with an open end for milder, cooler drawing. Wonderful Robert Burns cigarillos. Relax, sir, with America's favorite cigarillo. Remember, if it's not a Robert Burns, it's not the cigarillo.
There is nothing like a Lark. It's America's most popular new cigarette.
Have a lark, have a lark, have a lark today. Have a lark, have a lark, have a lark today. Have a lark today. There's nothing, nothing, nothing like a lark. There's nothing, nothing, nothing like a lark.
An inner chamber of charcoal granules, a taste people really like. No wonder Lark is America's most popular new cigarette.
Have a lark, have a lark, have a lark today. Have a lark, have a lark, have a lark today. Have a lark today. There is nothing like the taste of lark. Have a lark. Have a lark. Have a lark today.
There is nothing like a Lark. It's America's most popular new cigarette. Have one.
How do you like this?
Fine.
Two more curls right here?
Okay.
How come you're smoking Chesterfield King?
How come? Why, just this morning, my husband Arno, the head waiter at the Green Coach, he told me somebody had given him a Chesterfield King, and he said, nobody's got the taste of a Chesterfield King. Well, ever since we've been married 7 years next month, Arno has switched brands. But when he told me how much he liked the taste of Chesterfield King...
Why do Chesterfield people like the taste of their cigarettes so much? Don't ask.
Nobody's got the taste of a Chesterfield King.
You know, if you listen to Lark smokers, you begin to realize there's nothing like a Lark.
I was looking for flavor, and Lark gave it to me.
What I like most about Lark is the flavor.
When it comes to flavor and taste, there's nothing like a Lark.
Only Lark's filter has 2 outer sections plus an inner chamber of charcoal granules. That's why Lark tastes richly rewarding, uncommonly smooth. America's most popular new cigarette. There is nothing like a Lark.
Tareyton, the taste worth fighting for.
Fighting for.
The bright, inviting taste worth fighting for.
Fighting for.
Tareyton's got a charcoal tip, and it's got a white one too. Together they improve that great tobacco taste for you. Get the cigarette with the taste worth fighting for. Join the unswitchable smoke Tareyton.
Tareyton's got a charcoal tip and a white one, too. Together, they improve Tareyton's fine tobacco taste.
Us Tareyton smokers would rather fight
Then switch.
Get the cigarette with the taste worth fighting for. Join the unswitchable smoke Tareyton.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Hey, the last one. You better get another pack.
Okay.
Thank you. You probably think that we're making a big fuss over a cigarette. Well, sure. You don't really have to keep this wonderful new king-size Philip Morris cigarette in a safe. It's just our way of telling you that they are kind of precious. The finest king-size cigarette in America today. Smooth, mild, and mellow, and easy on your throat. How about you trying them yourself? Just call for Philip Morris, king-size or regular. Buy them by the carton. You're gonna love them, and we're gonna love you. Hey, what was that for?
You said it so beautifully.
How about a good night cigarette, Ricky?
Thank you, Lucy. Nothing but the best, huh?
Natch, nothing but Philip Morris.
Sure tastes good. And you know something, Lucy? When you find a good friend, well, you kind of like to pass it along to your friends.
That means you. Have you tried a Philip Morris lately?
You'll love them. They're so smooth and mild, and they taste so good.
And most important, there's no cigarette hangover when you smoke Philip Morris.
That's right. That's what we say. You'll be glad tomorrow.
You smoked Philip Morris today.
Something wonderful happens when you change to Philip Morris. You'll feel better.
Did you say I'll feel better smoking Philip Morris?
Yes, you'll feel better. And here are the reasons why. In case after case, coughs due to smoking disappear. Parched throat clears up. That stale, smoked-out feeling vanishes.
That is wonderful.
When you change to Philip Morris, you really taste your cigarette once again. The clear, clean taste of fine, mellow tobacco. And your food will taste better, too.
But why do these wonderful things happen when I change to Philip Morris?
Because you'll be smoking the one cigarette with a difference in manufacture. An important difference that avoids a common cause of cigarette irritation. Day after day, you'll be smoking the cigarette recommended by eminent nose and throat specialists to patients who smoke. The one cigarette proved definitely milder than any other leading brand. Whether you've been smoking for 10 months or 10 years, something wonderful happens. You'll feel better when you change to Philip Morris. So remember, next time you buy cigarettes, be sure you call for Philip Morris and feel something wonderful happen to you.
Us Tareyton smokers would rather fight. Oops. Would rather fight. Would rather fight. And switch.
Get the cigarette with a taste worth fighting for. Smoke Tareyton with the charcoal tip.
Hey, what gives?
Hey, what gives? Hey, what gives?
What gives Tarryton the taste worth fighting for?
I'll tell you what.
The bright, inviting taste worth fighting for.
See? Tarryton's got the charcoal tip.
Tarryton's got a charcoal tip and it's got a white one too. Together they improve that great tobacco taste for you. Get the cigarette with the taste worth fighting for.
Us Tarryton smokers would rather fight than switch.
Join the unswitchable smoke Tarryton.
And smoking enjoyment is all a matter of taste. And the fact of the matter is, Lucky's tastes better.
Cleaner, fresher, smoother.
Lucky's tastes better.
Cleaner, fresher, smoother. For Lucky's strike means my tobacco richer tasting. My tobacco.
Lucky's tastes better.
Cleaner, fresher, smoother. Lucky Strike.
Sure, Lucky's taste better. Everybody knows Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Fine, light, mild tobacco that just naturally tastes better. And Lucky's are made better. They're round and firm and fully packed to draw freely and smoke evenly. With fine tobacco in a better-made cigarette, golly, you're just bound to get better taste. Smoking enjoyment is all a matter of taste, you know. And the fact of the matter is, Lucky's tastes better.
Cleaner, fresher, smoother. Lucky Strike.
Do you have some favorite spot in the world where everything, rushing water, green foliage, and clear air seems uniquely fresh? If you do, you'll love Salem cigarettes. Menthol fresh, rich tobacco taste. Modern filter too, that's Salem. So refreshing to your taste that whenever you take a puff, it's springtime. And besides, Salem's special high porosity paper air softens every puff. There's all the full, rich tobacco taste you love, but then a new refreshing softness like nothing you've ever met. It makes smoking so easy, so comfortable. Remember, Salem's high porosity paper air softens every puff, more delightfully than ever. Salem refreshes your taste.
If you can't say anything nice about your present cigarette, come on over. Come on over to the L&M side, just for the taste of it.
Come on over to the L&M side. Come on over for the taste of it. Come on over, you'll be glad you did. Come on over to the L&M side. Come on over to the L&M side. Come on over for the taste of it. Come on over, you'll be glad you did. Come on over to the L&M side.
Well, what do you say now?
Nice.
Come on over, you'll be glad you did. Come on over to the L&M side.
Just for the taste of it.
There is nothing like a lark. It's America's most popular new cigarette.
Have a lark today. Have a lark today. Have a lark today. There's nothing like a lark. There's nothing like a lark.
An inner chamber of charcoal granules, a taste people really like. No wonder Lark is America's most popular new cigarette.
Have a lark today. Have a lark today. Have a lark today. There is nothing like the taste of lark. Have a lark. Have a lark. Have a lark today.
There is nothing like a Lark. It's America's most popular new cigarette. Have one.
Now, discover an exciting new world of smoking pleasure.
Breathe easy, smoke clean with New Bel Air. thoughts, forget every care.
Relax and enjoy a truly different cigarette. Air clean tobacco, you've never had a cleaner smoke. Light menthol flavor, you've never enjoyed a fresher taste. The most exciting taste in cigarette history. Deep set recessed filter, set deep to let you smoke clean. So relax.
Breathe easy, smoke clean with new Bel Air.
Yes, breathe easy, smoke clean with new Bel Air.
After a game, Carl Furillo of the Dodgers looks for his pretty wife and the mild cigarette, a Camel, of course. Carl tried many different brands before he decided on Camels as his steady smoke. It was the sensible 30-day Camel test that really convinced him just how mild a cigarette can be. Follow Carl's lead. Smoke Camels yourself. You'll see why, after all the mildness tests, Camel is America's most popular cigarette by billions.
Here's an impromptu interview with screen star Dennis O'Keefe. About how long have you been smoking Camels?
Well, rough guess, I'd say about 15, 20 years.
Were Camels your first love in cigarettes, or did you try other brands?
Well, they weren't my first love. No, I smoked some other brands before I switched to Camels.
Well, did you find that Camels were better, taste better, get along with your throat?
Well, yes, they get along wonderfully with your throat. The main thing is that I like the taste of them. I think that anybody that smokes for the pleasure that they get out of it, and I get a big kick out of Camels.
Well, you're around the studios, the sound studios, that is, quite a bit making pictures. How long do you work during the course of a day?
Well, we work 8 hours during the course of the day, not counting overtime, which we manage to wiggle in once in a while. And, of course, during that time, we talk continuously. That's what we get paid for, you know.
Well, don't you feel that your cigarettes have to be pretty mild, then?
Well, yes, a mild cigarette's a very important part of a cigarette. If they haven't got mildness, why, they irritate you and cause hoarseness, etc. I find Camel's a very mild cigarette, but at the same time, well, you know, you've had a good smoke.
Say, I can see you're enjoying it. Dennis, did you make your own 30-day Camel mildness test?
Well, personally, I've made the 30-day Camel test many, many times over. But it didn't take me 30 days either to know that this was my brand. Just about the first pack, I think.
Thanks very much, Dennis.
Camel close-ups. The ladies always take a second look at Robert Merrill, popular baritone of opera and concert stage. Let's meet him after the show.
Bob, those broad shoulders of yours suggest that you were an athlete.
Well, I guess I'm the only opera singer who was ever slated for a tryout with the Brooklyn Dodgers. But I'm not the only singer who's a Camel fan. Lots of us are.
Well, Bob, tell me, why do so many singing stars like you smoke Camels?
Well, in my case, what with rehearsals, a heavy schedule at the opera, TV shows, concert tours, I can't take chances with my voice. I have to have a cigarette that agrees with my throat, and Camels fill the bill. They're mild, and they taste great.
Make a note. Think of your throat. Try Camels today.
I am happy to bring you another in a series of motion pictures produced in the public interest by Liggett & Myers Tobacco Company, makers of Chesterfield cigarettes. Our subject today, as chosen by our board of selection, is the Negro in sports, a field of achievement in which our people are outstanding. Our guest today is that great figure in the world of sports, the only man to hold 5 world's records in track at one time, Jesse Owens. Jesse, what do you remember as the greatest sports triumph of your career?
Well, Mr. Barnett, I think it came in 1936 when I won 4 events in the Olympic Games in Berlin.
Didn't the Nazis snub you then?
Yes, I was about to tell you that, and to further tell you that almost the greatest thrill came in 1951 when I went by to the same stadium. and to find that the German people did not feel that way at all, because 75,000 turned out to see a basketball game and yours truly perform. These are real champions and real men.
And it helps to show that sports mean more than just fun. They mean sportsmanship and character building. The sort of character which you showed as a champion, Jesse, and which has carried you on to success in business.
Thank you very much, Mr. Barnett.
I want you folks out there to note that when Jesse Owens smokes a cigarette, he smokes Chesterfield. That's usually true of sport figures, whether they're champions like Jesse or people like you and me who do a bit of bowling now and then. And remember that Chesterfield brings us these films. Smoke Chesterfield. They're our brand of cigarettes.